Hi, Kathy here from KathysKuteKreations. So I guess you saw that a few people did anyway, that I put the video up a week early. I was so excited to get it up. I got my dates mixed up. Today is week 2. Now, I'm working on this the evening of Saturday. It's going up on Monday. There's what it is. This is the paper that you should be downloading. And then what I keep with this paper, because this is just one sheet this week, is that list that has all the fabric swatch colors on it. Okay, because my fabric, and I will show you here. Let me see. So this is how it's marked. Okay, but it only tells me that it's week 2 fabric, the size of the fabric, and how many there are here. It doesn't tell me this color. So unless I look on here and see that it's B, that's the color it is. Okay, so I don't have any colors written on them, just that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. And as you can see, based on the paper, we're making orange house blocks. Now I'll make 1, and when you get done, you'll have 8, but I'll show you how to make 1 of them here online. Okay, let's get started. This is the way that I have it laid out, week 1. So looking at my paper, this is fabric A. Remember, we're not doing white this time. We're doing this really nice cream. This is B. This is J, this color right here. And this is L. Now, the very first thing that they're saying that we need to do is take our 16 2.5-inch squares. We're going to turn them over, and we're going to mark. And you can mark it with a pencil, whatever you want to do, from corner to corner. Then we're going to take our L's, which is what this is right here. I went ahead and you can see it right there. And we're going to lay it like this. So you're going to make sure that your line is at the bottom right and the bottom left. This is the way you don't get it confused. Lay it on top, and we're going to sew from here to there and from there to there. We'll cut the excess off. We'll fold it over, and that's what it's going to look like. All right, let's do that first. Now, if you normally starch yours, you're going to go ahead and starch it before you sew it. Now, you can be either way. You can starch it before you sew, so that your fabric will be stiffer, or you can be one of those people that starches it after you're done sewing it, which is also fine. Either way that you prefer to do it. Note that I am not starting at the corner. I'm starting on the edge of where this opens, because it'll be a lot easier, and hopefully there won't be as much fabric trying to tuck itself down. So I'm just starting out really easy, going across the line. Hopefully my hands do not get in the way. Just sewing right down the line that I marked. Now normally you would take your next one and start, but I am not chain piecing for this because I'm just showing you the one so that my video will not be super duper long. You get the gist of it. They're all going to look the same. Okay, this is what you have, and now we're going to cut it. Now what you want to do when you go and cut your sides off, get your ruler that shows your 1/4 inch. Now mine is frosted, so I put my black dotted line across the sewn line and then cut this off. Now if you want some teeny weeny little half square triangles, you could sew a 1/4 inch on that and make them. And then just go to the other one and do the same thing, and you're creating your 1/4 inch. Iron it open, and then I'll show you what we have. And there you go. Now go ahead and do all of them, which is 8, and then we'll be back. There's what you're going to have when you're all done doing all 8 of them. And this is what that little half square triangle looks like. Let's shove this aside here. That's what they look like if you do them. Now we're going to take the 3 by 3.5. You would have cut out 7 of them one time, and then you would have cut out 9, which is 16 of them. We're going to take these rectangles, and we're going to take 8 of our 2 by 3.5, which is this right here. And there's 8 of them there. And we're going to put this in the middle of these. And then it actually says to just press as you prefer, so you can either go to the inside or the outside. It makes no difference, whatever. And normally now I will put these together, and whichever way they want to go. So if when I get done sewing these, I'll give you an example here. let's say I've sewed this to this already. Okay. So this is all sewn together. All right. And then when I get done, and it wants to kind of go towards this color, then I'll just iron it so it ends up being like that. Whatever way it falls. And sometimes it does it based on the direction that you sew this. So normally I'll just take it like this, and then I'll sew it, and I'll chain stitch all these. Then I'll come back and do the other side. But you got to think about it. So here I went from top to bottom. But if I take this, and when I fold it, I'm not going to go from top to bottom. I would turn it like this. Now this side may want to fold one way, and this side may want to fold the other way. So that's what I was talking about, based on the way it's going to want to fold itself, depending on how you sewed it. So let's go ahead and we're going to do one of these, but you guys are going to chain stitch them. I'm just going to show you how to do this. Now if you're new and you feel that you need to mark this 1/4 of an inch, by all means go ahead and do it. It's just up to you. And actually, Megan would have probably been up here with me. Let me go ahead and flip this. And she is actually babysitting right now. I did a lot of running around this morning. This is my day off. I chose Saturday to have off. Okay, you saw the way that I sewed it. Okay, I sewed it like this. Then I put the other one on and sewed it like this so that the orange was on the top, the white was on the bottom. Now I've got done. I flip it over, and as you can tell, it wants to go towards the orange. It doesn't want to come this other way. So that has to do with the way that I sewed it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to iron it open so that it goes outward like this, because that's the way it wants to naturally do it. And that's what I was talking about just a minute ago when I was talking about how, depending on how you sew it, which direction it wants to go in. And if you end up doing it so that it ends up wanting to go this way and this way, that's fine, because they're saying you can do it any way you want. Okay, and there we have all 8 of them. They're all ironed open, just like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take our 1.5, which is 1.5 by 7 inch, and you should have cut 4 and 4 if you're following the pattern, which is going to equal 8 of them, because you know we're making 8 houses. So we're going to take them and we're going to, okay, and we're going to put that on there. We're going to put that like that. So let's go ahead, and this is called row 1, row 2, row 3. So we're just going to put 1 and 2 together, and there's no matching up, so you don't have to worry about your seams or anything like that. We're just going to sew these together. We'll sew that, and then we'll sew this one to this. Okay. I realized I didn't continue with my train of thought when I said that I chose Saturday to be my day off. So we ran around today. Megan had to go to the bank. I had to go to the grocery store. Had to get gas in the car. I even took a trip down to Lanham, Maryland, in case y'all ever heard of it, to find out where the actual office is to this new job I have. And I don't know, it was, now Megan didn't go with us. She actually, she stayed home and took a shower and took a nap and all that kind of stuff, but because she had to babysit tonight. But what Sherry and we went. Now I did go ahead and I put a pin on here to hold it so that it stays down like that. But anyway, so we went down there, and it is from my place to that place. It's a distance of time-wise, and they gave 3 different routes. So we started out, for some reason my phone, I'm going to say it wouldn't talk. It wouldn't verbally say the route, and I couldn't even get it up to begin with. So I don't know, I've tampered with the settings or who knows, but anyway, so we get down there. It took us almost an hour to get there. That is the correct, you know, length of time. Had a little bit of hold up because it was bottlenecked on some of the part. I don't know what was going on, a lot of stopping and starting and everything, and for a Saturday anyway. But anywho, so we went ahead and found the spot, you know, and everything. Well, then come time to go home, and her phone is down to like 20%, and mine was like 90, but I couldn't get mine to talk, so it wasn't showing the route right. So anyway, we missed our turn because, you know, we've never even been down. I've been down on 95, but I haven't been on 495 and all that, so I'm not familiar. And somehow it said to look for exit 49. Well, that was a mistake, because the next thing you know, we're seeing signs of other places, and she goes, well, this isn't right. And I said, well, not only is it not right, I said, I think we're on 495 because I actually saw the city. And I don't normally see the city when I'm out of there on the Beltway. And if for any of you guys that are in the Baltimore area and y'all travel that, I don't normally even get on the Beltway. So it's like all new territory for me because I usually just stay in town. But anyway, so it took us a little bit longer to get back home. And so she goes, well, I'll go with you if you want on Monday. Now that's an all-day thing because after I have a Zoom in the morning, which is normal, then I would normally start at 2. Well, I go until anytime between 9, 10 o'clock at night and everything. And I tell you what, it is even worse when I drive at night. I get lost all the time. But she's got some stuff that she's doing on her computer. And she goes, oh yeah, she goes, that'll keep all interruptions down and I can get through my stuff that I need to do on my computer and everything. So gosh, I would love to go with you. And I said, okay, that's fine. Because, you know, this is not, I want to say it's not, what would you say? It's not like she can't go or anything. I mean, it's all adults. It's not children or anything. And it's not, the office is not full capacity. It's just whoever wants to go. And there's quite a few people who live far. Oh my gosh, I can't speak English. Who live quite a distance. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and iron this open. Let's see, does it even tell us how to do it? No, it just says you iron it any way you want. So again, I'm going to iron it towards that fabric. So let me pull it out here and I'm going to show you which way it wants to go and then what I'm going to do. Now you can tell looking at it, it wants to go, this one wants to go upward and this one wants to go upward. See the way that it's laying there? And that's all with the way that I sewed it. So don't get upset if yours doesn't want to go that way. It goes whichever way you want. And if you want to force it to go the other way, that's fine. The disadvantage of having it go against the way that it wants to go is it's always going to, I'm going to say it won't lay flat. But now, you know, you can use your poplar press if you want to get it that real flat, which is the, you know, the wood. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. And I'm ironing on my wool mat, so that helps a lot also. But let me go ahead and iron this one, then I'm going to show it to you. And then that's it. Y'all are just going to make the rest of them. But I'll go ahead and I'll make all the rest, and then I'll show you. All right, here it is upside down. Okay? And there it's right side up. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest for y'all to see. Okay, isn't that pretty? You know, when I first saw the fabrics, I thought, oh, those are light. But you know, I kind of like them. They wouldn't be something that I would pick. But now that I see them, I really, really do like them. I'm always surprised by the fabrics because I've got I got it in my head, the kind of fabrics that I like. And then when I see something new, it's like, oh, I don't know if I like it. It's like, oh my gosh, it's not what I normally like, you know. And it's not like, I guess what I'm thinking is that maybe I was thinking it should have been bright or bold or something like that in the way of color. But then when I saw it, and I thought, oh my goodness, I really like this. So this kind of like, in a way, it makes you think outside your box when it comes to different colors. Now I could actually see this with a red door, and then this being like the color of a house, which in my mind a really nice color of a house would be a blue, like the outside would be blue or yellow. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think a yellow house attracts the flies, is what my mother used to say. So she always told me, don't ever get a yellow house, don't paint your house yellow. And I don't even know if that's true. Anybody out there got a yellow house and attracts flies? I mean, I don't know why she would even say that. But anyway, I just get off a track there. I'm just rambling. So let's quit the rambling. Let me go ahead and get the rest of these done, and I'll show you what all these look like. And there we have all 8 of our houses. Look at how that looks, almost like a chimney up there. Alright, I'm going to lay it out here for everybody to see. Okay, there you go. So all I did was line them up on top of each other. Look how they look like trees on top of the house. But I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want to see more of Fort Worth Fabric Studio Sew Along, which is every Monday now for the next, let's see, we're on week 2, so we got 4 more weeks left, and the last week is the assembly. So we're starting out, the first week was all the cutting, which I love. Second week is these houses, or are these houses, I should say. I don't know what the third week is, but already I like it. And if you haven't subscribed, click on the little bell. I should have said all this in order from Megan. She's going to be chastising me later when she sees it. but that's okay. If you'd like to make a comment, go ahead. And I will see you all next time. And I appreciate everybody watching and bearing with me while I can only do these 1 videos a week until I'm caught up. This course that I'm taking for work, it's literally called a boot camp because it is really cramming a lot in 3 months time. So when I get done here, I'll do, I'm going to continue doing my unboxings, and I've got a project that I'm going to show you. And so to do this next project, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it really, really simple. So we're going to probably use charm packs just to make like a table topper. That would be real good. And then I will show you what I'm going to do after that. But you don't put it together. So you're just going to have your charm packs out, and then I'll show you what to do. I'm just going to do a little small version of what I'm going to teach you. And then you can take that and then you can work with it to make something bigger, and it's all done on your sewing machine. And that's the reason I'm doing it, so that you do not need to get you don't need to send your quilt out when you decide to make a quilt like this. Now you don't have to send it out to the long arm or anything, because you're going to literally know how to make it on your regular basic sewing machine, and it will not make any difference how big or how little your machine is. Okay, so stay tuned for that. And like I said, as soon as I get done with these this boot camp thing, I'm going to start on that project. I may just do a little bit and film it and then go ahead and create the whole thing. That way I won't have to sit and do it all. But I went ahead and I wanted to let you know that I did time this video to get an idea, because I never know when I just I just did this one house for you guys, and then I went off camera and went ahead and did the rest of them. So I kind of like, when I'm watching videos, I'm thinking to myself, okay, so I know it takes a long time to do a video, all right? Because you got to do the whole thing, you got to edit all that. But how long does it really take just to make all 8 of these little squares? So I started this at 6:30, including doing this one for you. So from beginning to end, right now, it's taken me exactly 2 hours. I didn't make any mistakes, so I didn't have to use my seam ripper. I just did a little bit of each at a time. Okay, just to give you an idea, it'll take you a little less than 2 hours to do all these, depending on how fast you sew and if you have no interruption. And I will see you next week for week 3. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.